All right, then. We are going to draw 3 times to see who's playing. I'm going to write your names down in the order I draw them because whoever, you'll go in order. And every time we start a new round, it's just like Wheel of Fortune, we'll go down one. So everybody gets a chance to start first. I do need a pen or a pencil. A pencil would be good. I'll use my mighty Mjolnir pencil. Troggy Trog, you are first. I don't know if it has anything to do with what happened, but Troggy. Aloha is second. And Hibernum is third. Now remember, if you are not a contestant, please do not offer any guesses. I guess letters are not bad, but obviously, um, the actual puzzle is not so hot. The giveaway is still going to be open to win the random draw. But I have my players. So, I have to do this. All right. The first puzzle is up. So, I'm also supposed to have a picture of the scorecard. I do not have one. I will be getting one to put over here. But it's just like Scrabble. So a J is worth 8 points, but it's got to be in there. So whoever wins the most, or however it has, you got to get points. And whoever has the most points out of 3 rounds goes into the bonus round. So, Troggy Trog, I need a letter. Troggy Trog says R. There is one R. All right, Troggy Trog, currently you have 1 point. For this round, I need, do you have a guess for the puzzle? It is a quote from the game. All right. Aloha Lizzie, if you are there, I need a letter. If I do not get a response, we will draw for another contestant. But aloha Lizzie, if you are there, I need a letter. All right. We do not have a response from Aloha Lizzie. I will give a 20-second countdown. All right, I will draw for us for a new second player. Fargonaut, you are now player 2. Fargonaut, I need a letter. Well, I know you're out there, Farg. Farg, you're now player 2. I need a letter. Farg wants an O. I know there's at least one O. There are 2 O's. And probably what are the obvious spots? All right, Farg. Do you have a guess for my puzzle? Okay. That means we're to Hibernum. Hibernum, give me a letter. Hibernum wants an A. Three A's. Gotta make sure I get this right. Yep, there it is. All right. Hibernum, do you have a guess? Okay, then we're going back to Troggy Trog. Troggy, give me a letter. Please, if you're not playing, please do not guess. Ease, you guys are going for the vowels. Nope, that's not the right one. I think that's it. 3 E's. Let me double check real quick with my handy dandy checker. Yep, that's it. 3 E's. All right, Troggy, do you have a guess? All right, Fargonaut. Fargonaut, I need a letter. Fargonaut wants a T. I find it is easier to do this. I'm sorry, Fargonaut. There are no T's, so there's no guess. All right, then. Hibernum. Hibernum, you need to give me a letter. And F. Ooh, going for a big three-pointer here, huh? There are no F's. Troggy Trog, I need a letter. S. Going for the easy one, the layup, right? Okay, there is one S. I'm going to need to take a brief second here. Wait, that's not what I want. That's what I want. Sorry, this involves reading. I need to put on my Harry Potters here. My John Malkoviches. All right. There is the S. Troggy Trog, do you have a guess for me? Remember, if you are not playing, please do not guess. Troggy Trog does not have one, so we are back to Fargonaut. Fargonaut, if I can get a letter. These are a little dirty, so while I'm waiting for Farg's letter. A P. I know there's one. And there is only one. All right, Farg, do you have a guess for me? Hey, Boring Perry. Remember, if you are not a contestant, please do not try to guess. All right, Hibernum, I need a letter. V. If you are not a contestant, there are only 3 contestants, Pouring Berry. Please do not try to guess the puzzle. I almost said no, but I forgot. There is definitely a V in here, and I should have remembered that. Let me get your V. All right. Hybridum, there's your V. I believe V is for 4. Do you have a guess for me? Okay, Troggy Trog. Letter. L. Let me see. Really? Okay, there are 2. All right, Troggy Trog, do you have a guess for me? Fargonaut, give me a letter. Fargonaut is going for a Y. Farg is going for the kill. Farg, you have just scored 4 Ys. All right, Farg, do you have a guess for me? Quote from the game. No, Tex Humble, if you are not a contestant, if you are not one of the 3 people I drew as a contestant, you cannot guess. I will be trying to do this every week, though. So please come by at about 7 p.m. Pacific, and you can enter. All right, then. We've got Hibernum. Hibernum, you need to give me a... No, you're fine, Tex. Hibernum needs to give me a letter, though. No problem, Tex. Hibernum wants a W. We got 2 W's for Hibernum. All right, Hibernum, do you have a guess for me? Pouring, please do not guess. You are not a contestant. 6 Killer, I know, but you gotta be one of the contestants. Troggy Trog, I need a letter. Troggy Trog wants the eyes. Looks like there's gonna be 4 eyes. Yeah, 4. I think that's the right place for them. Let me double check. That's not going to help. That's the next puzzle. Yes, that's it. Do you have a guess for me, Troggy Trog? That's correct, Troggy Trog. You have won the first round. You will pay in ways you never imagined. That's what Lalt says in the Caught in the Web raid, to which Alistair Garfield always responds, what? Like Diners Club? All right, let me set up the next game. Let me check the properties. All right. All right. So this puzzle now is a quest. Fargonaut, you are in charge of round 2. You lead it off. Fargonaut, I need a letter. So I'm already feeling that I'm going to have to do this a little different. But I'm going to do it straight up this time. But I might make some changes. Fargonaut needs an R. Let's see if I've got one for him. Oh, I am not even in the right spot. We've got 2 R's for Fargonaut. I think that's the right ones. Let me double check. Yep. There are your R's, Farg. Do you have a guess for me? All right, then, Hibernum, I need a letter. An A. 5 A's. Oh, that A is wrong. And that is an A too. Okay, there it is. 5 A's. Do you have a guess for me, Hibernum? All right, Chalky Chalk. I need a letter. T. Just one T. I should use all capital letters, but I didn't do it in the planner, so that's why it's like that. All right, do we have a guess? All right, Fargonaut, need a letter. Fargonaut playing for points. Fargonaut wants the X. Think there is only one X though. There's your X, Farg. Do you have a guess? All right then, no guess. Hibernum. You need a letter. I need a letter. I need a letter. You need to give me a letter. I. I. Believe it or not, there's only the one I. Pretty sure everybody's figured out what this word is. Do you have a guess for me, Hibernum? I was like expecting everybody to be going to DDO Wiki and typing quickly. All right, then. Troggy Trog, we're back to you. I need a letter. K. 5-pointer there. 1K. All right, Troggy, do you have a guess? Psychros' Jewel Ataraxia's Haven. That is absolutely correct. One of my absolute favorite quests. All right, that puts Troggy in the lead with 14 points. Looks like he might be going to the bonus round unless we can catch up in the third round. And it's a big one. I don't know what it is. Oh. This might be hard. All right. Oops, that's not what I wanted. All right, the category is Cavalier things. These are things I say a lot, or they have something to do with my show. So if you're a regular watcher, these will be easier for you. But I promise I'm not going to make them too hard. But this one is the first one up. Hibernum, I need a letter. Hibernum wants the R. Believe it or not, there is one lousy R. Let's make it all caps. Makes it easier. All right, Hibernum, you get a chance. Do you have a guess for me? Come on, one letter. Get it in one letter. All right. All right, Troggy Trog. That's okay, Hibernum. It's fun to play. It's fun to do that. I'm sorry, Troggy Trog. I need a letter. Ooh, plastic glove. Troggy Trog wants the S's. You're not going to believe this, but there's only one lousy S. All right, Farg. It's up to you. I need a letter. Oh, I'm sorry. Troggy, did you have a guess? Did you have a guess? All right, Farg. Now officially, I need a letter. I gotta ask. Somebody might get it in I'm well known for doing this on that. I recognize patterns. So in the evening. E. Let's see. Do I've got E's? One, two, three, four E's. All right, Farg, do you have a guess? All right, Hibernum. I need a letter. I. Oops. Three I's. All right, Hibernum, do we have a guess? All right, Troggy Trog, I need a letter. Yeah, it's going to turn out all right. Troggy Trog wants the H. I'm going to have to look this one up. Oh, see, I would have been wrong. There are two H's. All right, Troggy Trog, do we have a guess? That one probably threw off Farg, actually. Fargadod, I need a letter. Farg wants to tease. Three of them. There are your three T's, Farg. Do we have a guess? No, I didn't get him the stuff for. All right, Hibernum, I need a letter. Oh. 4 or 3 O's. Just 3. 3 O's. All right, Hibernum, do we have a guess? Troggy Trog, I need a letter. Oh, shoot, there's 2 S's. I am so sorry about that. Oh, man, I knew I was going to mess up today. Hibernum, you can have a if that changed, you can have a guess. Before I do the C, Hibernum, do you have a guess? Because I did mess up the S's. Even though that was actually Troggy Trog, so he actually gets another point. Okay. Troggy Trog, C. I knew I was going to mess this up. I'm going to have to put it on a different screen, too. You need the C's. I'm going to double check this time. There should be 2 C's. All right, there are your C's. Do you have a guess for me? Fargonaut, I need a letter. M. It's because I didn't use capital letters. That's the reason why I made that mistake. Double checking. 2 M's. Do you have a guess? There is too much Long Island in my iced tea. Absolutely correct. I can just do this, huh? Stop. Why are you doing that? There we go. I can actually do that. Yay! All right. So the final scores. Hibernum, you didn't win a round, but thank you for playing. Fargonaut, you won that last round. You scored 11 points in it. However, that did not beat the 14 points scored by Troggy Trog. Troggy Trog, you will be playing our bonus round for the pet. All right, Troggy Trog. Let me set that up. Let me see what this is. Okay. The category is monster or NPC. So it'll be either a named monster or an NPC. So, Troggy Trog, I need 8 letters. You'll just give me 8 letters. You can pick whichever ones you want. Eight letters, right. I'm not even giving you the RSTLNE thing like that. You just pick whatever 8 letters you want. 8 letters. Ocho. Stars to star. Yeah. Absolutely correct. Welcome, extra onions. I always thought giving you RSTLNE was always so it's too easy. If you want them, you can have them, but you got to decide. I want 8 letters. Rustaleem. All right, Rustaleem is what we want. I'm going to actually write this down because I made this too hard for even me. That's my bad. All right. One R. Yeah, Vanna White. S. One S. That's not an S, that's an A. T. Two T's. L. That's probably going to be your, well, one of your better letters. N. No N's. E. I know there are a couple of E's. 3 E's. A. No A's. And M. Those are your letters. I should have had this set up already, but all right. Give me a guess. You got a minute. Please, if you are not Troggy Trog, please do not guess. All right, time's up. For S and G, does anybody know the answer to the puzzle? The monster or NPC I was looking for was Cthulhu's the Doomsphere. H would have probably helped you out the best. All right, Troggy Trog, you have won the 100 DDL points for winning the contest. You did not win today's special bonus prize, a pet of your choice, but we plan to do this every week. I'm probably going to change the way this is going to work, though, from now on, but give me a little bit of time. We might do this way one more time. I really enjoy doing this. First off, let me get Troggy Trog's points. Once I get this revised, I think maybe even next week, I'm going to think about it. And I might give away my special VIP code, too. But not today. I can't even see what I'm doing. Give me a second. And then we will draw for the random code I give away every week. Now, that's not going to work. Now, points are easier for me to get, though. Everybody loves points. There is your code. Troggy Trog, thank you for playing.